Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 176. Big ol' floppy horse dong. In this week's episode, I go solo. JfG Ash has a rough weekend. JfG Alex is in Spain. There's loads of news from Bethesda. And finally, I can only apologise for what's to come. Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers or the JfG podcast. This is episode 176. My name's Ash and you're joined here by myself. That's right, it is Ash's solo run 2.0. I'm going to be talking for a while by myself, drinking under the stairs, Harry Potter style. I can only apologise for what is about to happen. Well, pleasantries out of the way, let's talk about what I've been doing this week. Well, fucking game night on Friday, wasn't it? Obviously. The cunt, obviously, that's not here today was also not there on Friday night because he's off in somewhere like Spain, in Barcelona, I believe. I'm not jealous, you know. That's fine. If you want to do that, you do it. I mean, I can't at the moment. Because, you know, buying houses is shit. But you know about that. So, Friday night, played a lot of shooters. Played some of the Black Ops 4 beta, which I'll talk about in a bit. That was okay, I guess. Spoilers there, unfortunately. Played some Titanfall. I found that I was really bad at Titanfall. It's really fast-paced. It's incredibly hard. And my reaction speeds are not great. So, I turned into a sniper, which, you know, no one likes a sniper. They're shit. Really. So, yeah, that was me doing that. And, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it a bit, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I felt it was the only way I could kill people. I'm either I have to pump loads of hours into that game to get good at it, or I'm just going to stick as a sniper. Like, I can't even get on with the Titans that well. Like, sometimes I give it a good bash and get like a couple of kills and things, but I'm just not very good at that game. You know, I prefer space magic, I guess, than mechs. I don't know. And then yeah, finished off the night with some wild pants. You know, midnight to 2 in the morning ish. Quite drunk. Probably time for a bit of a stealth shooter. Always goes down well. I feel like we smashed it on the last game of the night though. I could be wrong. I was quite drunk by that point. Saturday was a bit of a nothing day. Didn't really do much. But I fucking left the house Saturday night. I went out on the town, on the Raz. I didn't see Jazz. I don't think they even understand what jazz is in Nottingham, but maybe, I don't know. I went out and drunk at least 6 pints of Brewdog and a Long Island iced tea. I think I had some Pilsner. I had another beer that was, I didn't know the name of it, but apparently Heineken makes it. It was very nice. Sunday was a bad day. It was mainly spent on the sofa, in a ball, crying, wishing that I didn't have kids jumping on me. It was a good one, but that did mean sitting on the sofa that I had Sunday to just watch the football, and so obviously the Premier League started. That was great. I watched Liverpool smash West Ham. That made me feel better. Not much though. Still crying on the inside, and then had a Sunday roast, which went down and thankfully didn't come back up. Oh dear, it was it was an eventful weekend, I'd say. Obviously, the week is just shit, work and stuff. Not much fun there. And then last bit of news this week, buddy. This is the last time that I will be doing the podcast from under the stairs. I'm moving next Wednesday, so I doubt I'll be on the podcast next week. It will be, you can have Parker or Alex even to yourselves. I don't want him because he's left me in the lurch, so fuck that guy. So yeah, I won't be under the stairs anymore. I don't really know how I'm going to be doing the podcast after this week. We'll see where I get my setup, and I will send a picture in the Discord or somewhere so you can see where my new under the stairs is. I don't feel like I'm going to be doing it under the stairs in the new place. Or I don't know if I've actually said this. The plans are we're renting out a 3-bed house for 6 months or so until the sale of this house goes through. And in there under the stairs is a toilet. So I don't feel like I'm going to be doing the podcast under the stairs in a toilet. But hey, you never know. It might happen. Oh dear. So that's pretty much my week of awesomeness. It's been loads of fun. Probably talk about some games now. So I guess I'll start things off this week with what I've been playing, and obviously that's Destiny 2. Been playing Destiny 2 this week, as always. Luckily though, I have played some other games, which I'll talk about. The first one, we'll go for the Black Ops 4 beta. Why not? Even though it was on third on my list, we'll come back to the next one in a bit. So yeah, I played some of the COD Blops 4 beta. It was okay. It didn't feel great. Trying to think of some positives here. It didn't feel like Black Ops 3 at all. And Black Ops 3 fucking smashed it. That was a really good game. Enjoyed it a lot. The first thing that I really noticed was like visually, it was not too crisp, but it was just, I don't know, graphically inferior in a way. It seemed too shiny, if that's a thing. For, you're going into these maps and you're shooting at people, you feel like it's going to be a bit run down. And yeah, so there's bits of fire and stuff everywhere, maybe an overturned car. But that overturned car is perfectly, shiny and pristine, but it's on fire. It didn't look right. It looked kind of cartoony and strange. I don't know. I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but it was weird. It was very strange. We did play, there was a new game mode on this week's beta, or last week's beta compared to the previous one, which is called Heist. And this is a game mode where there's a bag of money in the center of the map. 2 teams have to go and get the money, and if you get the money, if you extract the money, you get the money. And the money is used, that's right, I'm going to keep saying the money because it's all about the money. The money is used to buy upgrades. So, for instance, you start off with like 2 grand, probably not even that, probably like 500 quid actually, that's bollocks, yeah, it is 500 quid. And you have a pistol, and you can either buy like a shotgun, because that guy exists, or you could buy some like a light armor pack. And I don't know if we reported on it last week, but I've been talking about it a lot this week, and the fact that a lot of people were in uproar about the whole fact that you could have armor in Call of Duty. I'm like, sure, why not? Like, you can have like massive kill streaks. Why can't you put a fucking, just a flak vest on, or some kind of stab vest, just, yeah, I feel like that's a good idea. So yeah, start off with $500, you buy whatever you want, that round goes on, you either win or lose, and yeah, it just means that the other team's got way better stuff than you from then on, which is a bit weird, for a game mode, I found. I mean, it was great when I was winning. I was like, yeah, shit, I've upgraded my, like, semi-auto or auto rifle or whatever to the max. Yeah, woo! Absolutely smashing it. But like, if you don't win that first round and like the other team's got like automatic rifles or like an Uzi or something, like you're gonna struggle in that next round. And then there was all these like new gadgets and stuff you could have. My favorite one, after being like destroyed by it for 5 times in a row, is a little robot you chuck on the floor. It's got wheels and it just seeks you down and then shocks you. And if you don't press the square button, I think that's a prompt on screen, quick enough, you're stuck there for about 5 seconds and you can't fucking do anything. And in a game where you're running around like a headless chicken, you're gonna get shot and die. One other thing to add about this game mode is obviously it's only one life, which the Octopizzle didn't know when we first loaded in. Like me and the Funk had been playing it like 5 or 6 rounds beforehand, and yeah, the Octopizzle joins in, just goes fucking guns blazing into about 5 of them or 4 of them, like with his pistol. He's like, fuck it, I'll respawn. We're like, yeah, sorry buddy, we forgot to tell you that it's one life. So yeah, one life, one love, team deathmatch. It can die in a fire for all I care. Jesus Christ, did I have a bad time on team deathmatch. I am not cut out for this game. I guess it's like Titanfall. It's just too quick. I guess, I don't know. I play Destiny like PvP like 3 times a week, so it's not like I don't play online shooters, and I'm pretty good at that. On an average scale, I'd say I'm slightly above average, just like my penis size. And yeah, no, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. The controls don't feel right. I even ramped up my, look sensitivity up to like very high, which I think was like 13. I mean, they didn't fancy the standard 1 to 10. They went for some random number. I think I can't remember what it was. So even with that, it wasn't really making much difference. I was just like, the time to kill in that game is too quick. And so there's someone with like an Uzi or like a semi-auto, like, kind of a close range weapon, and they're the other side of the map or like the other side of the way, and it's like bam 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 bam, like 4 shots, and I'm like, shit, I'm dead again. I don't know. I still enjoy playing Black Ops 3. I still enjoy playing Titanfall. Like, I like these games. I just feel like this game wasn't up to scratch, and the fact that this is an online only game, like there's no single player story or anything like that in this game, then I think that kind of, I don't know, that would fuck me off. Not that I mean, I didn't even play the whole campaign of Black Ops 3, and that was co-op as well. But hey ho, is what it is. Oh yeah, one more thing. In heist mode, sorry about the delay there. Notes and all. I haven't got the script this week. Parker hasn't written it down for me, the bastard. Yeah, one more thing was in heist mode. Yeah, it's got the replay of the game. So like, game, like play of the game stuff, replays. Sure, it's, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of this kind of stuff. Obviously, it's like, you want to blow your trumpet and stuff, like, yeah, check out what I did. Yeah, it's cool. Like, okay. I don't know. It blatantly just stole it from Overwatch and other games that do that, which has been out for ages. So I don't know. I definitely feel like, especially with like the whole battle royale kind of aspect of it, like coming out sometime. I think I've got some news on that I will actually go through now. Yeah. So the Blackout beta has got a release date, and that is next month. Apparently September the 10th. Is going to be the Black Ops 4 Blackout beta. So we'll see, hopefully our codes that we got from O2 Priority will carry over, and we'll be able to get into that, because I want to give it a go. I'll try it out and see what it is. But it kind of feels like Black Ops this year is kind of just taking loads of ideas from everyone and trying to use it itself, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Black Ops 4 beta. It was okay. If I find out ways of getting on to the blackout beta, I'll send some messages out on our social media. Try and let everyone know, because I know a few of you guys that listen to this love a bit of Call of Duty, and yeah, I hope you get on it and have a go as well, because so you can tell me that I'm a shitbag and everything I said is wrong, because you know these games better than me. So yeah, the final game that I've been playing this week is a new one, guys. I got another game on the Switch. I backed up that game that I bought again, called Dead Cells. It came out and everyone's been talking about it, so I was like, you know what, I should probably give this a go. So best time to start playing a game is 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday when you're drunk and you've been playing lots of shooting games. You're like, you know, right, it's time to bash out the Switch and lie on the sofa in like a drunken state and play a game. I played it for about an hour that night, which was surprising. So it definitely grabbed me in whatever state I was in. Luckily, I played it while sober during the coming days to the podcast. Yeah, it's a cool game. It's a 2D side-scrolling, kind of like hack and slasher, where you can do all sorts of things. So there's like 5 weapons or 4 weapons that come to mind. You've got like a melee ability, a ranged attack, and then you have like a couple of traps that you can use, which are just items that you chuck on the floor and it fucks shit up. Either it'll trap them or shoot them or do all sorts of things. So this is kind of like a roguelike. So it's like permadeath, but then stuff carries over. And you start again from scratch. It's one of those games where you're constantly upgrading stuff, so those upgrades will carry over to your next death, but certain things you'll lose, like currency and stuff like that, which I've never been a fan of, as you probably know from listening to this podcast. Me and Alex, we're just not fans of those types of games. Like, why have a game like that when I can have one that saves all the time, kind of thing? I don't know. So yeah, what did I get to? 2D side scroller, roguelike kind of stuff. The movement's really smooth. The jumping abilities, the diving, the dodging, duck, dive, dodge, and dive. I can't remember the 5 Ds, but there they are. Might have been 6, who knows. Yeah, and the combat is pretty straightforward. Nothing too, you know, difficult. When I first started playing, when sober, so the second time I was playing this, it reminded me a fair bit of Guacamole, with its well, gameplay in general being a 2D side scroller where you beat shit up. Apart from obviously in this, it's got like the different range attacks and things like that. It's cool. You can get different combos and stuff together. But it's a game that I kind of wanna chuck a few more hours into. I kind of wish I didn't start it whilst drunk, because I have no fucking clue what's going on. If there's a story, no idea. Not a fucking clue. But maybe I'll pick it up as I go along. I don't even know what the character is. He's like some vines that are possessed or something. Not a clue, mate. It was just loading in. I was like, mash the A button. Let's get going. You know how it goes. Video games. Oh, so there you go. There's some games that I've played this week. And now it's time for the news. The news. Fucking news. Number wang. Time for Ash's news favourite thing of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's news favourite thing of the week.
That's a lot of jingles just there, my bad. Number 1, Discord confirms plans to sell games via dedicated store. So last week, possibly, if I can remember, we were talking about how Steam's a motherfucker and every other game is bringing out its own launcher. Fair dues, you know. It's kind of like Fortnite this week with their Android beta release. They're like, we're not putting it on the Google Play Store because we want the money. I don't want to give you the money, Google. I want the money. Which, you know, they can do that. It just makes it really difficult for everyone else to fucking deal with their games. And I suggested whatever that software was, Play Night or something I think it was called. I can't remember. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, Play Night. Nailed it. Woo! Where, yeah, you can get all your games together. But yeah, obviously Discord has been massive with PC gaming. I use it on a daily basis with my dad's clan. We've got the JfG Discord channel. If you want to join that, go to our website, click on the Discord button and go from there. It's fucking ace. Shit happens in there. Is what it is, really. So yeah, I think the fact that they've got such a massive base or install base, the fact that they're going to start selling games on there kind of makes sense. Now, if that includes games from other areas, or you can link games in. I know on Steam that you can link games into your games library as well, but that's a ball ache. Hopefully they'll make it a lot easier, because already they've got the games tab, and it like scans to see what games you've been playing and gives you the like latest news and stuff about those games, which is at the moment pretty pointless. But if this kicks off, then yeah, it could be really good for PC gaming. You know, obviously, like we always say, competition's good. That's why we have two competing, you know, games consoles out there, because otherwise one of them would just be really shit and the other wouldn't exist. So yeah, video games. Number 2, Steep. That snowboarding game that I really like and kind of want. After playing the beta and the Winter Olympics beta as well, I think it was, or the trial or whatever. Now, this was meant to be coming out on the Nintendo Switch, and I was like, hello, that looks like a game I could back up. But no, it's not. It's been cancelled. Not happy about this. Not much more to say on that. Just sad face, really. What does he go next? I think after 2. I don't know. I don't really listen to him, to be honest. Next is Bungie. Destiny 2 stuff. Yes, enjoy it. Yeah, they're going to reveal the loot box reward probabilities. There's some words that I struggled with just then. So this has already been about in various other games, especially in China, I'm going to say, where the laws say you have to show us your gambling stats. Otherwise, you're not going to put this game out, kind of thing. So I don't know if this is them just kind of trying to get in line with like some of the EU law that's been coming out. I guess it is. But yeah, it's still a step in the right directions. Probably because obviously. Oh shit! I don't know if we said this, but EA Sports have decided to disclose their pack odds for FIFA 19 as well. So yeah, they're just fucking stepping in line with everyone else, really. Baby steps, guys. We're getting closer to trying to get rid of all this shit. I don't know. Next, Overcooked 2. That game that is fucking amazing that I continue to play with my wife because she loves cooking on the TV with a little person with the chopping and the cooking and the washing the plates. It's a really good game. Anyway, Overcooked 2 is getting a new game plus mode, so fuck yeah, I'm going to be involved with that. Next, Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay came out. Like we said last week, we said, hey, it's coming out tomorrow, being the next day. And it came out, and I watched it. It looks really cool. It was an odd video with the whole narration or narrator on the top of it, like telling me what the fuck's going on. I'm like, alright, just play the game. I just want to see you play the game and it'd be really cool. I mean, I did see those things. I saw some horse testicles as well. That was cool. Reddit went bananas for that stuff. I mean, cool. I mean, there wasn't a dong there though. Like, next stage, big old floppy horse dong. Name of the podcast right there. Big old floppy horse dong. Do you reckon I'll get away with that? Sorry, I gotta write it down. There we go. fuck, that's the beauty. That is the one. So yeah, I mean, that's obviously the next stage for these kind of games. It's an 18 anyway. I guess that just means that it has to be flaccid. I mean, I don't want to see horse boner dong. That would be disturbing. But then again, you know, you got to break those horses in. Maybe the next one is you got to breed the horses. I don't know. I'm not a cowboy. Who knows? Oh, sticking with Rockstar, actually, some stats that aren't actually stats, it's just a fact. That is Grand Theft Auto 5, that game that's been out for 5 years. Ridiculous. Yeah, topped the PlayStation Store charts for July 2018. That game, like, who the fuck hasn't bought that game? Really? How does this happen? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a scientist. Not a fucking clue. Ah, so the final section. It's quite a beast of a section as well of the news this week. Is Bethesda, because of old QuakeCon or whatever kind of happened this week. So they had a lot of shit to get out there. And so I've got some crap about Bethesda here. We've got all the games that they do pretty much. So we're going to kick off with Skyrim. No, that's bollocks. But it should be Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Legends. But no, it's not. It's that card game, Elder Scrolls Legends. And they came out and were like, hey, we're not going to release on any console that doesn't have crossplay. That's a bold move. You know, like, obviously Sony have been in the camp where, no, like, fucking, we need to be safe here. We don't trust you, Nintendo, and you, Microsoft. You're a bunch of cunts. Stay away. Don't infect us with your weird whatever disease right now. But now, obviously, Bethesda have come out and been like, fuck you, Sony. I mean, obviously, it's a proper shit game and no one will give a shit, but this could stand precedent for games in the future saying, look, we're not coming to your system unless that system can play with other fucking systems. I mean, imagine if, like, I don't know, FIFA did that. Like, that's it. Or if Fortnite were like, you know what, we're going to pull it out of that store if we can't play with old Chumbo over there on his Microsoft Xbox One. Like, that would have a huge impact. Obviously, Elder Scrolls Legend, no one cares. But yeah, no, I think it's a fucking bold move. It's good to see that these games companies are like, fucking, if we need people to play our games, we need them to be playing on all platforms together at once. Having some mass gang bang, I guess. Orgy. Whatever floats your boat. Next, Doom Eternal. The next Doom game that looks pretty fucking sweet. I'm guessing Alex is pretty excited about this. I am too. And I'm guessing anyone that played Doom, the remake, obviously not the original from like 91 or whenever it was, is going to be quite excited about this game because it looks the same but better. There's extra stuff like dashing, pole vaulting, running up walls and grabbing onto stuff. Like more parkour. Maybe that's the thing. But it looks good. And yeah, it's coming to the Switch, so that's where it's going to look the worst. I'll probably get that on the PlayStation though, because it's going to be good. Next, Quake Championship, or Champions even, not Championship. Quake Champions is now free to play. So if you got on it earlier when I said you get this now, it's free for life, it doesn't make a fucking difference because it's just free now. I'm guessing no one's really playing that game. That's why it's gone free to play. Probably riddled with microtransactions as well now. It's always good. Next, Rage 2. That game that looks really good, like Doom, with people and 80s stuff going on, with Andrew WK in it. I don't know if she's actually in it. It probably does a lot of the music for it. That was really weird. If you haven't seen it, check out their performance at the E3 Bethesda show. Cringeworthy, I would say. Yeah, it's not going to have multiplayer, which is a shame. But then again, the Doom multiplayer wasn't that great, so might be a good idea. I thought they would have something in there though. But apparently it will have a social component. So, scoreboards I'm going for. Like, how quickly can you get round here and kill these dudes? Or, because wasn't like the first, no, I'm thinking of a different game. I was going to say the first Rage was like about scores, but that was Bulletstorm, I think. Yeah, sure. We'll go for Bulletstorm. I don't care. It's one where you stomp people in the face, I think. Next, still with Bethesda. Griefing, apparently, in Fallout 76, is going to turn you into a wanted criminal with a bounty on your head. So don't be a cunt about it. Reminds me of the Dark Zone, I guess, in The Division, where obviously if you start shooting other agents, you become a target for everyone else. Sure, I guess it's another like component to that game that we're finding out about. I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess so. But if there's only, what was it, 12 to a map? I mean, is that going to make much of a difference? Like, I don't know. I can't. I think it's 12 to a map. It might not be. I could be completely wrong. Or maybe that's just Destiny. No, that's 9. So yeah, it should be fine, I guess. I don't know. There's not much to say about it. Don't be a dickhead in video games. Be nice to other people. Spread the love. Sure. Next, Skyrim VR. There's a mod, yeah, where if you have a fan connected to your computer, it blows wind in your face. That's right. Immersive. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's called Immersive Winds VR. So there you go. You plug your fan into this. Oh no, it's not into your computer. Sorry, it's into like a wall plug, which your computer can talk to or something. And yeah, there you go. You can get some wind in your face. I remember years ago seeing like when I was like looking all at like PC parts and fucking like making some monster rig, obviously. That nowadays would be fucking terrible. And I'm sure there like was like a not I think it was like classed as like a 5.1 wind system or something like that, where you had like these little fans, one in front of you, two behind you and two to like the left and your right, and it would just blow wind at you to be like, I'm in the game. Obviously back then VR was even worse than it is now. So that would have been really bad, and I don't even know if it worked with VR, but hey ho. So there you go, buddies. There's some news this week, and I will move on to the next section. And now it's time for Out This Week.
Let's take a look at some games coming out this week. Probably filled with microtransactions, the crazy pay-to-win mechanics. Because fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Buy our shit.
That's Out This Week. Yes. I literally have no information about these games, unlike Alex, where he's normally got something to say. If I know anything about them, I will let you know. But I don't. So I'm just going to give you a list of games that are definitely out this week. Maybe, possibly not. Who knows? Shenmue 1 and 2 is out on PC, PS4 and Xbox One. That's Shenmue 1 and 2 from the Dreamcast. Give a fuck. Guacamelee 2's out, or Guacamele, Male. I don't know how to say that word. The original one was mint. It was really good. I'm interested in this. I'll pick it up at some point. And that game is out on the PS4 and the PC this week. We've got Tyler, Model 005 on the PC and Xbox One. Fuck knows what that is. It's out this week. Warhammer 40,000, I'll stop saying colon. Inquisitor Marty. That's out on PS4 and Xbox One this week. No idea. There's a million Warhammer games out there. Not a clue which one this is. They're all made by different publishers because Games Workshop, Workshop, that's a place, Workshop, just gave the license out to anyone that wants to fucking make a game. So fuck it. So that's out this week. We've got Hypergun on the PC. I'm guessing that involves shooting. We've got The King's Bird on PC. Hopefully that's not some kind of, anime naughty game, but it could be with a title like The King's Bird. I like the sound of it. We got Space Lords on the PC this week. That's where you're a lord in space. Amazing. And finally, we have 20 F1 2018. And that's on PC, PS4, Xbox One. And if Alex was here, he'd tell you a lot about that game. But it's pretty much F1 with more stuff. I don't know what stuff. Apparently it's got a really good career mode, I think. I think that's what he said. Anyway, and that's out this week. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner /
Backward corner with funk.
whatever the other one is.
Corner with funk.
You got a question we wanna know. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. Hit us up, be on the show. The JfG Street Beat.
So yeah, this week we've got the funk and the octopizzle here, so I'm going to just wang it in one. And that means I get this podcast done before an hour, hopefully. Which means I can go and play some video games. Lucky me. So here we go. We've got a bit of a chat discussion going on here. We've got the octopizzle come straight in with... there was a Pokemon special event on Sunday. He's never seen so many Pokemon Go players scudding about. Seemed great to me. Discuss by yourself. Yeah, Pokemon Go. People still play that game. Apparently it's fucking massive. It makes loads of money. And there's nothing better than seeing loads of people in a park with their phones out, ignoring the beautiful scenery and just trying to catch them all. Beautiful. The Funk has a little something about Mafia 3. Here he goes on to say, agree with Parker on the Mafia 3 soundtrack. That sounded weird the way I've said that. He agrees with him with the soundtrack there. Easy, as good as the 80s GTA game, which was, whatever it was, Vice City. There you go. And yes, that was a banging track, or banging tracks, I should say. And... unfortunately, I still haven't played Mafia 3, so I can't comment on the music, but I'm guessing it's rather good. I would dive back in, he says, to get to the open world. But oh no, I have dived back in to it to get to the open world bit after Alex said so. He goes on to say, it opens up way too slowly for my liking, but I've enjoyed a few hours of it. Basically, a poor man's GTA, but for free. I'm a happy chappy. Something satisfying about the really old, slow, shitty cars and blowing people away with shotguns. Simple but fun. See, that does sound good to me, I must say. See, that was the thing with the old Mafia games, like just like the fact that, well, obviously the old ones were like setting like 1940s or something when the motor car was like a myth, maybe. They existed, but they were very shit. And the fact that you couldn't max it out, and I feel like you had to abide by like the traffic lights, otherwise you get pulled over and stuff like that. It was a bit fucking mental. But yeah, Mafia 3, it's a game that we've got for free on PS Plus, and yeah, it's something that I'd like to stick my teeth into and have a go at. But I just can't stop playing Destiny, so unlucky. My bad. The Octopizzle goes on to say, I don't think I've played a PS Plus game since Rocket League. Yeah. I don't know. There must have been one. But yeah, there definitely is one that I've played since Rocket League. But he's probably right with the fact that the majority of the time it's absolute ball bags. I did load up Trials Fusion the other day, which was the PS Plus game, but I have that on disc, so does that count? I don't know. Maybe. Final question this week that comes from the Octopizzle again, and that is, what has you most excited on the soon-to-be release list? It's pretty fucking obvious that I'm really excited about the Forsaken DLC on Destiny 2. But I'll discard that because it's DLC, so it's not really a proper release, is it? It's not how we do things on this podcast. So it's just going to be fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. Just watching that gameplay trailer and all the shit that's going to be going on in that game just looks absolutely fucking awesome. I know Alex is going to like it because he's now got a newfound love of gambling with cards. So he'll be in the, whatever they're called. I want to say Splatoon, but it's not that. What's the one? It's like a bar, but it's a old westy timey bar. Beginning with B, I reckon. Fuck it, I don't know. It's really annoying me now though. Like a burlesque bar? That it? No, it's not, is it? Saloon. There we go. I was close with Splatoon, but yeah. Saloon. Nailed it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game. Red Dead Redemption was a fantastic game on the Xbox 360 and PS3, I should add. I was talking to one of the dads, Murph, this week, and he was on about the Undead, the DLC that came out on that game. I sadly missed out on it, but he was telling me that you could, because obviously I mentioned about like the the fucking breaking in the horses earlier. But yeah, you could get the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, or the 4 horses of the apocalypse in that game. And like that's just one reason why these games are just so good, and Rockstar are absolutely gonna smash it. I mean, I don't know what the online component's going to be like that. It's going to be very interesting. I'm quite surprised that it's only one character though in the storyline. That's one thing that did shock me. Unless that's like a fucking surprise for later, they might pull out that stuff. Because with GTA 5, I found that to be one of the like more exciting features of that game. The fact that you can switch between 3 characters whenever the fuck you want, and you've got 3 different storylines going on simultaneously, and it was just, I'd never fucking done that before. So yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, buddy, I would say is my most anticipated game coming out this year. Let me know, you guys, let us know what you're really looking forward to. If there's like some game that you want us to try and cover or something, I guess, that's really coming out, or you want some more information about it, we'll fucking get on the case, because, you know, we love talking about video games and that kind of shit. So yeah.
Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com, or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk.
So it's been an incredibly short one for me this week. Talking for like 40 minutes still fucks me up. I haven't drunk anything, which is disgusting. Even though I'm slurring my speech all over the place, it sounds like I'm pissed, but I'm not, unfortunately. That will happen though after playing some games in a bit. Not much more to say, obviously. I can only apologise for not including some retarded quiz this week like I did in my previous one. I really pushed the boat out in that one. And I couldn't be fucked with this one, because I'm just a bit stressed out with this whole fucking house moving stuff and sorting shit out. I haven't got enough energy. But anyway, that's my troubles, not yours. I hope you've enjoyed whatever that was, me rambling on about something for God knows how long. And hopefully you'll join us next week, where I won't be here. So it'll probably be a better show. If not, it will definitely make more sense than mine. Let's put it that way anyway. So yeah, thanks for joining me here, and Alex will do the outro after I say goodbye. So, goodbye.
You've been listening to the JfG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll also find our Discord and Street Beat if you want to get involved with the show. Our Facebook is /the JfG podcast, and our Twitter handle is @the JfG podcast. We're on all those video streaming sites too, buddies, from TubeTube to twitch.tv /the JfG podcast to mixer.com, aka beam.fucking-pro. We've got a PS4 community you can join, just search the JfG podcast on there, and we're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time.
Spricht der